Did you know that the average American consumes 152 pounds of sugar per year?
That's literally carrying around an extra person in sugar. And here's what's shocking. Most sugar detox programs are actually making your cravings worse.
Today we're going to expose the truth about sugar addiction and sharing my doctor-approved 3-day method that's different than anything you have tried before. Hey, I'm Dr. Taj, and I am a dentist and health coach, and let me tell you, my firsthand experience of being both, I see the impacts of sugar firsthand, not only on the teeth, but also just in the physical appearance and the health of each individual.
And I'm Tracy, and I'm a nutritarian health coach. And as a health coach, I see people who are struggling with that addiction as well and have a hard time giving up that sugar just on their own.
And sugar to give up is a very, very hard thing to do because it's not really a willpower issue, but it's more of like a biochemical, physiological response.
All right.
And there's been multiple studies that have pointed to this. It's almost like sugar addiction it's very similar to having a drug addiction.
I believe it. Believe it. So as a viewer, you feel very frustrated because you have attempted to give up the sugar and you've failed miserably. And it's very frustrating when you're trying and you can't make any headway.
You're exactly right. And you get the frustration, you're overwhelmed, like I can't stop drinking the sodas, what have you. Because here's the thing, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. The food, like the food is what's really causing the problem. You're not even realizing what is hidden in the food. Sugar is hidden in so many different things that you wouldn't even expect to be in there. I mean, if I were to say some common packaged foods, but think about all the different things that have sugar in them, what are they?
Oh, so many things, right? And they're cleverly hidden. So one of the biggest, well, I shouldn't say biggest, but one of the common ones is in pasta sauces. And we're thinking pasta sauce is healthy. It's tomatoes and garlic and peppers, right? Read the label. It will tell you. Another one that's common, people think it's healthy, is granola bars or protein bars. Those are sugar bombs. Another one that's considered really good is healthy breakfast cereals, right? They've been greenwashed. The packaging is greenwashed to make you fool you into thinking it's healthy. Another one is flavored yogurts. Those things are loaded with a lot of sugar. Smoothies. You go to smoothie restaurants, or I don't want to name any, but
Tropical Cafe.
Tropical Cafe,
Yeah.
Smoothie King, all those places, right? Look up the sugar contents. It's hidden. Sugar is hidden in those even smoothie bowl places. Tons of sugar.
Yep.
Right? Dried fruits, even though we're thinking it's fruit, but it's dried and the sugar's concentrated. So
Yeah, and then you even think about the things we put on foods, like the condiments and sauces, from the ketchups, the barbecue sauces, the salad dressings, even like the
That's a
low
big
fat.
one.
Yeah, big one, right? Because you think low fat,
Yeah.
but that actually has more sugar than the regular
yeah,
salad dressings. Then you have the big thing now is all these healthy type of foods that are out there.
like plant milks.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
a lot of sugar there. What else is out there?
Protein powder. That's a big one. Vitamin water. You're thinking, oh, we don't like the taste of water. I want vitamin water.
32 grams of sugar, I think, per
Yeah.
bottle. It's crazy.
Sports drinks. That's a big one. Oh, here's one that might make you question it. Green juice blends.
Yeah,
We're thinking, oh, it's healthy. It's green juice.
sugar.
Read the sugar.
Yeah.
Gluten-free products. That's laced with a lot of sugar.
Yeah. And then you start thinking about, wow, how about all the good things that are savory and comforting, like canned soups, breads, especially white breads. I mean, that's like almost a teaspoon of sugar per slice.
Wow.
Crackers,
That's a big one.
coleslaw, and here you think it's lettuce and cabbage, what have you, but there's so much sugar in there. Baked beans. Frozen dinners are
Yeah.
completely hidden
That's a big one.
of sugar. So I mean, those are just a name of a few of the things, but ultimately, those all are ultra processed type of foods.
Right, which is has a lot of sugar, plain and simple.
So one of the things that we hear a lot about is that when you ask people, tell me about your diet. And of course, when you ask that, the alarm bells goes off and say, well, I eat healthy.
Yes,
And healthy means so many different things to different people.
relative.
it's all relative and it's not truly healthy. So when I say, hey, you asked me a question about what I'm eating, I eat healthy. What would that typically look like that you see with some of the people that we work with?
People say, I eat healthy breakfast. I have yogurt and granola.
Yeah.
That is a sugar bomb. And then they will say, I'll have a snack by mid-morning because I'm hungry. I'll eat a protein bar. Gotta get my protein in. And then lunch, they'll have a sandwich.
Yeah, like a turkey sandwich, lettuce, tomato, onion, what have you.
Correct. With fries on the side and ketchup and
Mustard, mayo, the condiments.
mayo. Yes, all the condiments, the fixins. And then, what do you drink during the day? Well, I don't like plain water, so I drink vitamin water.
Very healthy.
Yeah. And then for dinner, it's pasta and sauce, jar sauce. And they're like, see, I eat healthy. But if you add up all that sugar
Yeah.
they ate for that day,
How much is it?
you're looking at 100 grams, which is equivalent to what, 25 teaspoons?
That's a lot of sugar
I
in a
know.
healthy meal or healthy day of eating.
Yes, and you're still hungry.
And so what's crazy about it is because you don't realize you're eating all that sugar, sugar does have this effect on the dopamine. And dopamine is a feel-good type of hormone, so it releases all this dopamine. So the more sugar you eat, you get dopamine released. The problem with that is that because you get that dopamine release, and if you don't eat sugar, and then all of a sudden you got this urge of being hungry again, what do you want? You want more sugar. So it's an up and down type of cycling, almost like being high off of drugs. Like, oh my gosh, I need some more. I need another hit. I need another hit. And that's what happens with sugar. And that is basically why when you try to quit cold turkey, whether it's drugs or the drug of sugar, all approaches tend to typically fail. And it's that blood sugar roller coaster effect. I mean, it's really real. And then you think about the overall health with all the inflammation.
Yeah, it shoots it up even higher with with the blood sugar being off, and you're eating these things that you think it's healthy, and it's you're just making it a lot worse.
Yeah. And that's where you have the overall body, the excess of glucose got to be stored somewhere. And so it usually turns to fat. Fat becomes more inflammatory,
Yeah,
more chronic diseases.
and that's why people wonder why they eat healthy, and they wonder why the inflammation markers are up.
Yes.
Because of the hidden sugars that's destroying their bodies.
Yeah. Or I don't understand why I have cavities.
Oh, that's a good one you see all the time.
Oh my, yeah. Today I was talking with a patient. I said, man, tell me about your diet. She's like, what do you mean? I mean, what do you normally eat? So a vegetarian type of Indian food. Really? So you don't eat meat? You don't eat a lot of processed food? She's like, no, I don't. I could tell by looking at the teeth. It's amazing what the impact of sugar has on the body, inflammation, and the teeth.
Wow.
You see a lot of this too, just by working with and dealing with a lot of kids. What kind of impact does it have on emotional and mental well-being?
Well, you see the mood swings, the energy crashes. They tell us by shortly after lunch, they were just ready to take a nap. There's brain fog, the anxiety goes up. It's a real thing. That the emotional it's a real thing.
And it's being about added on to the mental health issues of our country, and sugar is a really, really big one.
That's true.
So here we are, we're addicted. How can we get out of this addiction, and what will work? Well, there's a very simple plan. And the plan is, we'll call it a 3-day reset. And this is a 3-day reset to get you ready for a lifetime of habits to kick that addiction. The first thing is you have to prepare your mindset. And that involves really a couple things.
Yeah. It involves cleaning up your kitchen, right? Go through your pantry and throw out a lot of that processed foods, or donate it, or give it to your neighbor or somebody. Get rid of it. And replace those things. Create a shopping list. And if you need help, we're more than happy to help you. Create a shopping list of all the things that you want to eat that week. And meal planning will be your best friend. There are a plethora of recipes online that you don't even have to spend money to get recipe books unless you want to. And you can plan out the meals you want to eat.
Yep. I think a big thing too, the mental health, is just know that to withdraw from all this sugar, there's going to go a lot of mental, physical, and even chemical stress on your body that you're just going to have to prepare for with some mindfulness.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, if you know that going in, you prepare and you have the right foods and the right mindset, it will help you. It's not going to be easy, but it will help you.
Yeah.
That's like any drug addicted person, they go through that withdrawal. It's going to be hard the first, what, week? I don't know. The first week.
Well, and that's where I guess though the day two comes into effect, where we begin to balance out that biochemical process that I just talked to you about, and it comes down to a few things, because when you have all that caloric intake from the sugar, you've got to replace that energy with other types of foods, or how frequently you eat. And so one specific thing you can do is specifically when you eat meals. And we say eat when you're hungry, but you got to eat the right foods. When you eat the right foods, it doesn't matter when you eat.
That is true. And you help yourself by meal planning and having the right foods on hand.
Yes. Yes. So don't be afraid to eat. Just eat the right foods. And when you do eat the right foods, here's a little hot tip is I want to get your take on this as well, because we want to eat blood sugar stabilizing foods, things that won't spike your blood sugar and get you up high and then come down get you down to a low when it goes away. So what are some, I guess, protein type of healthy proteins that will help stabilize the sugars?
Yeah, so you have lentils, chickpeas, tempeh, black beans, quinoa, hemp seeds. As long as you have any one of those things on your plate, that will help to make you feel satiated, but also balance that blood sugar. Don't give you that spike.
Yeah. So when you're planning your meals, look into the meals that have those type
Correct.
of proteins. Another big food is fiber-rich foods, and these are so important because fiber is like a carrier or a boat going down a river or down this tube that you have from your mouth down to the rear end, where it helps distribute all the nutrients and the sugar that you need. So don't want to eat the simple sugars, but the complex carbohydrates are indeed okay. And so what are some of those foods?
So like your
Fiber-rich.
vegetables, like your leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss, collard greens, chard. Then there's your other cruciferous broccolis, Brussels sprouts, cauliflowers, artichokes, asparagus, and here's a good one, potatoes.
Don't eat the potatoes.
You have red potatoes, sweet potatoes, purple potatoes. You have russets, yellow potatoes, any of those potatoes. The key is not to put butter
Yeah.
on them and sour cream and all that other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, people try to hate on potatoes because they're carbs, but they're carbs with fiber and carbs with a lot of minerals, and they make you full and give you a lot of good nutrients.
Yes, to make you feel satiated.
Yeah. So don't hate on that whatsoever. That's day number 2. Day number 3 is now we're going to start working on our habits, which we're going to sustain from day 4, day 5, day 6. We're going to start to make this a real, true lifestyle. And one of the things you got to do that because you have your mindset, you know you're going to go through all this stress and you're going to start craving sugar. So we got to figure out how can we manage these cravings. We don't want to go back and take that hit in a sense. We want to make sure we eat when we're hungry, but also drink a lot of water.
And that is key. When you drink water, it will, in a weird way, it fills you a little.
It does.
Right? But it flushes things out of you so your body could get that process going. Moving.
Yes, totally. Another big thing is you're going to be involved in social situations, whether it's work lunches, going out on Friday nights, going to the movies, going to a party, the weddings, whatever it may be. Just meet up with friends over coffee. You're going to have these social situations in which you're going to have to learn how to manage as well. So what are some hot tips to help manage those situations?
I say eat before you go. So this way, when you're there, you don't have to eat. You're not going to feel fully hungry, and you can order something very small, like a side salad, right? And you can pick at that. Or if you're going somewhere to a friend's house, you bring something and that you can partake of and you can share with others. And avoid the snack plate, right? Running for that. As you say, running for the snack.
Run away from that. Completely run away from that. So those 3 days are the blueprint for your long-term success. And so what can you do to get started right away? And the biggest thing you can do is learn how to read ingredient lists because sugars are often listed under multiple names, right?
Correct.
So learn how to read that ingredient label. What are so yeah? So what are some of the names of sugars, like some common names or common terms, what have you?
High fructose corn syrup. Everybody's heard of that one. Evaporated cane juice, rice syrup, coconut sugar, agave nectar.
That sounds
maple
healthy
syrup.
though.
These are more on the healthier side. I mean, it's sugar, but it's a little bit on the healthier side
Yeah.
versus the other stuff.
Yeah, like the more the scientific names, like you hear the dextrose, the maltose, the sucrose, the fructose, the glucose, the lactose. I mean, it goes on and on and on.
What
And
is natural sugars?
what are natural sugars are the things that seem to be natural. So the fruit juice concentrate,
Right.
the honey, the molasses, the date syrup. So it's not the date itself, but the syrup that's processed, the barley malt.
Natural sugars.
Natural sugars, yeah. And I guess the key thing is when you read your ingredient label, if you see anything OSE at the end, that's a sugar. And I just rattled those off really, really quickly. So rewind it and get those names again. But OS is typically a form of a sugar. So learn how to read the ingredient list of all the different names because when you think about how much sugar, well, the next thing is you got to read how much sugar is in the label itself.
Right.
Right, and so there's that specific calculation of sugar or grams.
Right, because they keep it a certain way so you don't know or you can't. If you look at it at face value, you don't realize how much you're ingesting.
Yeah, because I always tell you in grams, carbohydrates, added sugars is 40 grams of sugar.
And you don't realize what 40 grams of sugar is. It's not in teaspoons, right? So you have to do the mental math.
Yes.
And people, how many people want to do the mental math, right?
But it's quite simple, though, because really it's just 4 grams per 1 teaspoon. So 40 grams of sugar divided by 4 is 10 teaspoons of sugar. But they don't stop there. It's more confusing because you got to check the serving size.
That's right. So it's checking the serving size for many products have multiple different servings, right?
Most of them I do, like 2, 3, maybe 4 servings. Yeah, so at 40 grams of sugar, if that package has 4 servings, well, that's 160 grams of sugar, or 40 teaspoons of sugar. That's so much sugar.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you learn how to read the labels, that's your action step that you got to do. You gotta then begin to compare the different brands because the sugar content can vary widely. So overall, when you think about doing the 3-day plan, getting yourself set up, learning how to read the labels, what are some of the key success factors that we can do in order to be successful long term?
Definitely hydrate.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot of water, that's key. Getting good sleep, right? Optimizing your sleep. Have a good sleep hygiene routine. Manage your stress properly. And that's easier said than done, but there are many techniques out there to manage your stress. Snack only when you're hungry and keep only healthy snacks around you. If you have any crappy things, that's what you're going to reach for. But if you have only good things in your house or on your bag, that's what you're going to eat.
Yeah. And that's such a big thing. And people make it so difficult to have these diet restrictive type of diets, these fad diets where you can't eat this, you can't do this, you got to eat this only this amount. No, eat when you're hungry,
Right.
and eat the right foods, and you don't have anything to truly worry about. And the way you do that is really just learning how to swap out the foods versus eliminate the foods.
Right.
Right. So when I think about breakfast, we talked about the power breakfast that people would have and how much sugar was in it. What are some options some meals that people can do instead of the healthy,
You
but
mean
more
the
healthy,
yogurt?
the real true
The
health?
yogurt and the granola.
Yeah.
Well, you could do a power plate, right, for breakfast. So you could do a half of avocado and some greens, saute greens, or you can do it raw if you want, and a quarter cup of berries.
That's good. Berries are fantastic.
That will keep you satiated, right? Or you can do a stabilizing bowl, which is chia seed pudding with hemp seeds and cinnamon and a handful of nuts. That will keep you full too.
Those are all really, really good options. And when you start getting stabilized and everything, you may find you may not even have to eat breakfast. So breakfast is the most important meal of the day, not necessarily, because it all depends upon the nutrients you have and getting rid of that sugar and detoxing from it, where you don't truly need breakfast.
Yeah.
Like I eat lunch mainly, not only eat breakfast. And so, what are some good lunch options for people to swap out instead of that Chick-fil-A?
You can do a balanced bowl, right? You can have wild salmon with quinoa, some roasted vegetables. You can have a small salad with olive oil dressing. Or then you can also do something different, such as lentil curry with cauliflower rice and leafy greens with a turmeric seasoning to give it flavor.
Yeah, I mean, those options right there, that's going to give you more sustained energy than any kind
Yes.
of Coke,
Yes.
power bar, or bag of chips will ever give you. And you don't have to eat as much or as frequent when you eat this
Correct.
proper way.
Correct. And you'll find yourself not as the days go on, you're gonna find yourself, oh my goodness, I ate breakfast, I'm not hungry for lunch.
Yeah, you're going to start feeling a lot better as well. Okay, so we got through half the day or most of, no, 2/3 of the day. Now we're at dinner. What are some good dinner options?
Well, you can do chickpeas with Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, and you could spice it with herbs, season it, I should say, with herbs and spices, and you can have a salad. Very clean, very healthy, very good for your blood sugar.
So there you have. We just outlined your shopping list for the first week right there. All of your breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. Boom. Now, because we're gonna battle through this stabilization that says highs and lows, we're gonna get hungry. Right? Our body's got to adjust somehow, some way. And so, what are some of the snack combinations we can do to eat when we're healthy to make sure we are successful?
You can do apple slices with almond butter, celery and hummus, cucumbers, a handful of mixed nuts. Make sure the nuts is not coated in oils.
Yeah. Fruits.
Fruits, you could do fresh fruits. Berries are great. Peaches when they're in season. Avocados. There's so many options. Pears, apples.
Yeah. So snack on the good stuff. Don't be afraid to eat. Now that we're getting some momentum, you're starting to feel a little bit better. Day 3, day 4, day 5. What we got to make sure we do is don't fall for some of the common pitfalls. You got to avoid this. And this is where you start to substitute the sugars for the artificial sweeteners. Of course, we talked about the hidden sugars. You want to make sure you understand what's going in and what they talk about, or all the different labels and how they label sugar. Be careful there. And then also, don't fall for the okie doke about, now I'm not be able to eat properly, but at the same time, you want to make sure you don't eat 10 minutes before bedtime.
Right.
Right. So the timing mistakes there.
Yeah. So you eat earlier, and you have to be mindful of how you plan out your day. If you're very busy, meal planning is your friend. And this way you're not eating 10 minutes before dinner.
Yeah.
This way you're not reaching for the junk food because you have something already prepared. You just have to heat it up and eat it.
Beautiful. That works so well. And that's how I overcame my little sugar addiction. It worked pretty hard. It's hard. It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah. So, okay. So there we have it. This is how you completely have your sugar detox, and you can make this happen like nothing else before. So I think you want to follow that 3-day framework, if you will.
So you want to clean that kitchen and make a swap list.
We're going to read those labels, make sure you understand how to read the labels.
Drink that water.
And yes, please do. I'm emphasizing this. Eat when you're hungry, the right foods.
And eat complex carbs because they're okay.
Completely okay.
Potatoes are your friends.
Potatoes are your friend. Yeah, totally. Well, listen, I hope that helps you. If you are ready to break free from your sugar addiction and have all the support you want, sign up for our newsletter. The link is in the description.
And share your biggest sugar cravings challenge in the comments below. We will personally respond with specific strategies.
Yeah, and if you want to take it to a whole nother level, we do have a community, a membership you can join where you get some personalized support to help you through this addiction.
Until next time, be well.
All right, take care.